What is PDA? Patron-Driven Acquisition, or PDA, is a just-in-time purchasing model which gives library users more control over which books are purchased and added to library collections. Although librarians still have a role in selecting the range of titles which are available to users, the library only pays for items that patrons use. What is a consortium? E-BASS25 considers a consortium to be a group of libraries collaboratively negotiating and purchasing for shared benefit. Consortia can be geographical, such as M25 or SCURL. Sector-based, for example museums or further education libraries. Mission-based, such as the 1994 group of universities. Or linked by subject, for example law libraries or medical schools may wish to purchase together. Subgroups of existing consortia may wish to buy together to meet shared objectives. Consortia can buy shared collections or work together to negotiate terms of purchase to then stock their individual libraries. E-BASS25 has identified 4 purchasing models: PDA Purchase, PDA Rental, PDA Usage, and evidence-based selection. PDA Purchase. How does it work? First, the library consortium makes an agreement with an e-book supplier, a publisher or aggregator. No money changes hands at this point. The consortium chooses the books that will be made available to users for potential purchase. They may select books matching certain criteria such as particular subjects, date of publication, costs of the item, or language. Books could be selected according to a specific course list, or the consortium could choose a preset package collated by the supplier. Selected books are made available to users. Their MARC records are imported into the consortium library's catalogues, and online access links are activated. The items appear in the catalogue as regular items, so users will not see that the libraries have not yet bought these ebooks. Users then browse the catalogue as normal and make use of the books. Once significant use of a book has occurred, a purchase is automatically triggered and the libraries buy the book from the supplier. All books purchased in this way become part of the consortium's permanent collections, with normal limits on the number of users or uses of the item. At the end of the agreement, titles which were not purchased are removed from the catalogue. What is a significant use? Not all books that are viewed are automatically purchased, and only a significant use triggers a purchase. Depending on the supplier, a significant use is based on time spent viewing the item, or on its usage beyond viewing online, for example printing or downloading. In the PDA purchase model, and depending on the supplier, the library may be able to designate the number of significant uses that trigger a purchase, but typically they are able to limit the maximum uses per day. They could also require the user to click to confirm that they want to continue reading, alerting users that the library will be charged for the purchase of the item. PDA Rental. How does it work? The library consortium makes an agreement with an e-book supplier, a publisher or aggregator. No money changes hands at this point. The consortium chooses the books that will be made available to users for potential purchase, and selected books are made available to users. Their MARC records are imported into the library's catalogues, and online access links are activated. The items appear in the catalogue as regular items. Users then browse the catalogue as normal and make use of the books without knowing that the library has not yet paid for them. With the rental model, once significant use occurs, instead of purchasing the book, the library rents the book and it is available to a single user for a short period. The library pays a rental fee, and the size of the fee typically depends on the length of the rental period. For example, 1 day or 24 hours of access may trigger a rental at 10% of full price, whereas 7 days of access may cost 25%. A designated number of rentals triggers an automatic purchase, and all books purchased in this way then become part of the library's collections. all others are removed from the catalogue at the end of the agreement. In the PDA rental model, the libraries can normally control how many rentals trigger a purchase. They may also limit the number of loans per user, the duration of rentals, or warn users that a charge may be incurred. PDA usage. How does it work? First, the library consortium makes an agreement with an ebook supplier, a publisher or aggregator. No money changes hands at this point. Then the consortium chooses the books that will be made available to users for potential purchase, and selected books are made available to users. Their MARC records are imported into the library's catalogues, and online access links are activated. The items appear in the catalogue as regular items. Users then browse the catalogue as normal and make use of the books without knowing that the library has not yet paid for them. In the usage model, once a significant use occurs, the libraries pay a fee for each significant use of the book. Charges could be per page accessed, based on the amount of time spent reading, or based on printing or downloading chapters. Once the total charges paid for an individual book reach a threshold amount, the book qualifies as a purchase and becomes part of the library's permanent collections. The purchase threshold may be the same as the list price, but in some models it can be higher. At the end of the agreement, the libraries may have the option to pay a top-up to purchase items which have seen high usage but have not quite reached the purchase threshold. Evidence-based selection. How does it work? This model is currently only available direct from publishers. The library consortium makes an agreement with a publisher to use a preset collection of interest for an agreed period, usually a year. The consortium pays an upfront fee for the collection, usually more than the subscription fee for the collection, but less than its outright purchase price. The libraries make the collection visible and accessible to all users by uploading item records and activating access links. Items appear in the catalogue, and any usage of these items is recorded. At the end of the year's agreement, the consortium reviews evidence of use and selects which books to purchase from the collection up to the value of the upfront fee paid at the beginning of the agreement. In summary, the purchase model adds more books to the collection, and all the money is spent on books that the libraries then own, but the money is spent faster and readers get access to fewer books. The rental model adds fewer books to the collection, and some money is spent on renting books that the library do not own. But the lower cost of rentals means that the money stretches further and gives readers access to an increased number of books throughout the agreement. The usage model adds even fewer books to the collection, as fewer books reach the purchase threshold. But the lower usage fees mean that the money stretches even further, and the readers can potentially access a very wide range of books. The evidence-based model gives librarians more control over the books eventually purchased, and more control over the funds spent because a fixed fee is paid up front. Thank you for watching. For the E-BASS25 toolkit and more information on the project, please visit the web address at the end of this video.